Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, April the 19th, 2019. Welcome to another eBay video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing more of your favorite topic, returns. We're also going to talk about your comments, questions, and concerns from last week, as well as some other eBay trending topics that I hope you will find interesting and enjoyable. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm Joe DeMarco. I'm a top-rated eBay seller. I've been selling on eBay for 20 years. I have 100% feedback, and I'm a top-rated plus seller. So, that being said, let's get started. I would like to start out by something I do every week. Once again, it is cloudy and rainy. Non-stop. It's all we get. Cloudy, rainy days. Something funny happened in last week's video, and not one of you commented on it, and I'm really chagrined by the whole thing. So I'm going to tell you about a little continuity gap that occurred last week. It wasn't an error, it was something I had to do because I had no choice, and nobody noticed it, or at least nobody commented on it. I normally make my videos, as you know, Friday afternoon, edit them later in the day, and put them up at 7 o'clock p.m. Now last week I couldn't do that because I knew I'd be out of town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the swap meet. So I started working on the video earlier in the week. I filmed it over a 3-day period, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay? If you go back and look at the video, when you get time, you'll see slight changes in my clothes, okay? But nobody commented on that. And the reason nobody noticed it was all 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, when I was out here, it was cloudy, nasty, and rainy. So nobody could tell the difference. And I understand that. In addition, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when I was at the swap meet, 3 cloudy, rainy days. Although on Saturday in the afternoon the clouds did break and I did get a little sun, but it was only for a couple of hours. But let's get started with today's video. We're going to talk about your comments, questions, and concerns from last week. And we're going to start by talking about comments on returns. The first one is from 5797029 Mike. Update. The grill showed up at my door today with an eBay return label. Even after closing in my favor, the buyer can still return through eBay. Customer service tells me I'm protected from this buyer. Any refund would need to go straight through PayPal. For those of you guys who don't remember his story, somebody had filed a SNAD return against him saying that the item was not as described because they bought the wrong size grill. Mike accepted the return, or it was accepted for him, one or the other, and the buyer failed to send it back through the allotted time period. Mike called customer service. They closed the case in his favor. He thought it was over with, but apparently not, because this customer sent the grill back after the allotted time. So that's weird. That's something you should all keep in mind. Next on returns, Sue Cutler wrote, "Thank you for another great video. Regarding return requests after our 30-day period, I refused the return. One buyer opened an eBay case eBay found in my favor. They then opened a PayPal case and PayPal also found in my favor. Once the case is closed, eBay will remove any negative the buyer leaves. One such buyer returned the item anyway. I refused the package when it arrived. It came back once more. I refused it again. Never heard from them again." Also on returns, Tim Kincaid wrote, "I just had a return request after 31 days and after much thought, I refused it. I called eBay first and they said they would remove negative feedback if it came due to it being outside my return window. The guy's reason was that this item didn't fit in the box he wanted to mount it in and that he bought too many. He bought 5 wireless routers and wanted to send 4 back. Gee, I already sold these once, not interested in trying again. And now that PayPal won't return the fees if a refund occurs, definitely not going to do it. There has been some consternation as to what he just said about eBay removing negative feedback if you do not accept a return after the 31-day period. I'm sorry, after the 30-day period. All right? I've heard it both ways. Now, Tim says the eBay representative told him they would remove the feedback. But I'm going to tell you, I've heard just the opposite. I've heard that they would not remove the feedback. Okay? I'd like to know what you heard. Also on returns, Rick Mayer wrote, "Good show as usual, Joe. As far as Ken seller Valapasso getting 50% back on returns, something is fishy. eBay states restocking fee. eBay sellers can include a restocking fee of up to 20% for returned items. For example, if a buyer purchased an item for $50 and wants to return it, the seller is only obligated to refund $30 of their original payment. I can only say another stalking fishy seller that scams on returns." As far as that's concerned, I believe he's referring to people who are enrolled in the free returns program. I am not enrolled in the free returns program, but there's several of you guys that are really big into it. I'm going to read another comment on that shortly. More on returns. Marcin Binkowski wrote, "Haha, Joe, I love what you said at the 17-minute mark about your return request. You are not alone. We had a guy last week open a case for item not as described for a 98 to 2002 Mercedes E320 tan rear door panel, and he wrote in the comment, 'Don't fit my car.' I have a 2004 Mercedes E320. I need front door panels in black. Not only he bought for the wrong year, but also the wrong color and need the front. Like you, I've been selling on eBay for 20 years and no longer get mad at the buyer because you can't help that they buy something with their eyes closed. But I'm disappointed with eBay because they make us pay for all the BS SNAD returns." Marcin brought up a good point there, and I want to just jump on that for a second. I've noticed something. A lot of you guys sell in eBay Motors like I do, and I'm noticing you guys who sell in eBay Motors like me are plagued by an unusual amount of returns because buyers don't read the listing. It's sad, but it's true, guys. Buyers do not read the listing, but it's especially bad in eBay Motors. I'm going to stop now and do my first cutaway. I want to show you a very interesting return I got the other day. Let's check that out right now. Okay guys, I just want to give you a quick look at one of my returns where the buyer says does not fit. Here you can see somebody started a return and his reason is doesn't fit. And in his comments he writes 14-inch when I need 15-inch. But what really mystifies me is here is the title of the item. Lot of 2 genuine 2001 to 2003 Mazda Protege 14-inch hubcaps wheel covers. It clearly says 14-inch in the title and in the description, yet he's claiming he bought the wrong size, that he needs 15-inch. As an eBay Motors seller, I have noticed that this is a huge problem in eBay Motors, not just for me, but with many other eBay Motors sellers. Let us get back now to the reading of the questions, comments, and concerns, and hopefully you'll understand more about this. Thank you. Okay guys, I highlighted that return because that is indicative of my average eBay Motors return, where a person buys an item, it's the wrong size, he can't use it, but he's very honest, he's not fishy in any way, he mans up, and he returns the item on his dime. But I thought that was a rather egregious case, because as you saw, it says right in the title, 14-inch wheel cover, and he needs 15-inch. That is part of the life as an eBay Motors seller. However, conversely, like the title says, eBay Motors is a cash cow for me. I sell a lot of stuff on eBay Motors and I'm doing very well. This week was another excellent sales week. To move on with your comments, on China sellers, Surge1 wrote, Joe, your drop-down box will not work because the China sellers will lie and eBay won't do a damn thing about it. They love the China crap sellers dollars more. Sean 1 wrote, also on China sellers, another great video, Joe. I love your idea regarding the genuine name brand filter. The Vero program is a joke. It's largely misused to target resellers selling genuine products and in no way mitigates the sale of low-quality reproductions on the platform. The only issue is that by creating the filter, eBay would be acknowledging and admitting to their massive counterfeit problem. Corporations generally have a hard time with this, even when it's the only way to solve the problem. On a bad seller, Deborah Kubler wrote, great show as always. I had an experience purchasing on eBay. I buy my bubble wrap from different sellers and always try and find one that ships fast, which is rare. I found American Bubble Boy. They advertised priority 4-day guaranteed shipping. Twice I ordered from them and twice it was guaranteed to come in 4 days. Didn't receive it for 2 weeks. Found out what they're doing is advertising priority, then changing the shipping once you place the order to parcel post. So then it takes 10 days to 2 weeks to get. I contacted the company. They said they're doing this because postage rates went up and they have to offset the pricing. Other customers have complained, accusing them of lying, which they are on their listings. They told me a month ago they were in the process of working with eBay to change it, but never have. They've had 11 negatives in the month's time on this very issue. Falsely advertising like that is not right. I called eBay and related the issue to 2 different reps. They say they'll make a report, but nothing ever happens. They're still to this day advertising priority guaranteed 4-day shipping and sending it parcel post. Have you ever come across this before? Thanks, Joe. Well, I gotta tell you something, Deborah Kubler. That is a real fishy seller. I don't know if they have a profile picture on their account, but if they do, it would look like this. I'm telling you, that is a horrible practice what they're doing. I'm glad you called eBay. You did the right thing, but apparently nothing's going to happen. That seller claimed they were working with eBay to remedy the problem. That is bull. They don't have to call eBay. All they have to do is change their shipping. They can bulk edit their shipping like the rest of us do. It's very easy. There is absolutely no excuse for what they're doing. They're giving all the rest of us a bad name and a black eye. As for what you can do, well, really, you've basically done everything you can. You called eBay, you filed a complaint. What you could do, you could make a video about it and get the word out there. I don't know this seller myself, but send me a link to their eBay store. I want to see this for myself. I've never bought anything off them. I buy all my bubble wrap from Uline. But I think that's scandalous what they're doing. Terrible, and it disgusts me and it upsets me. I just want to freak out right now. You know, I think I'm losing control of myself right now because of this. You know how I get. You know how I get when we encounter a fishy seller. I hate that. I hate that. They should... Ugh. You know what? I gotta stop. I'm stopping the video. I gotta have a drink from the Fox News Cup of Life. It's the only thing that will remedy this. This is the Fox News Cup of Life. Happy is he who drinks from it. Oh man. This is the only thing I find that can calm me down when I get upset like I just did. Wow. That was a close one, man. I almost lost it live on camera. The last comment I'm going to read today is also the funniest comment from Katie, Arizona gal. Joe, I think you need to Photoshop a weekly bird feeder or fishy face on the top of the long forgotten bird feeder. Love your stuff. See right there? There's no birdhouse up there. If anybody wants to send poor Joey a birdhouse, feel free to do so. If not, you're going to have to keep looking at it blank, or I may even make a mount for the Fox News Cup of Life and keep that up there. That being said, let's get into today's video. Okay, this is not a continuity error. I had to stop the video, go inside, and get my winter coat on. That's how cold it is, and that's how cold it's been. I can't believe that it's April 19th and I'm still having to wear a winter coat out. We have the worst weather in the United States, and I don't think there's anybody watching this video that's going to step up and argue with me. Cloudy and rainy every single day. But I've got something I want to talk about now, and this was sent to me by one of you good people, and it has to do with Chinese scammer sellers and Vero complaints and all those good things. I'm going to read this to you and then we'll discuss it. For security purposes, I'm not going to name the name of the legitimate seller, and it will be clear why as we go along. US eBay seller John Smith sold a vintage Barbie doll head on eBay for $400. A China seller stole her photos and made a fraudulent listing, listing the head for buy it now at $58 with free shipping. I have been in correspondence with the US seller, as us eBay sellers specializing in vintage Barbie dolls, clothing, etc. Well, we pretty much know each other and take care of each other just like you do with your eBay sellers in the auto parts section. This US seller told me that the very day the fraud listing appeared on eBay, she phoned eBay 5 days ago about this China seller. 5 days ago, and eBay still has not removed the China seller's fraudulent listing. Excuse me guys, hoodie's got to go up, it's raining. The fraud listing has been reported by so many of us to eBay in the last 5 days, and yet it's still on eBay. This US seller took a screenshot of the fraudulent China seller's listing and made her own listing with the word scam written across the stolen photo that the China seller is using. I wanted you to see this. What is wrong with eBay that they have not taken action to remove this fraudulent listing? Here is the fraud listing from the China seller. eBay item number 4017498050021. I'll put a listing to that in the description box below. But first, guys, we're going underneath the shed because it's starting to rain too hard. This is live TV. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is the way it's got to be. You know, when you live here, you deal with rain every single day. It's pathetic. Now, I want to talk about this. I think I can take this off now. Number one, the reason I did not name the legitimate US seller and refer to them as John Smith is because what they did is they started their own listing, like it says here, and they wrote the word scam, and they're showing what the China seller is doing. Now, I have no problem with them doing that. In fact, I kind of commend them for it in a way. But I think eBay may take a dim view on what she's doing, and I don't want to get her in trouble. She's an honest US seller, and I feel sorry for her. So therefore, I'm not revealing her name. I might take a screenshot, I don't know, and slip it in. If I do, I will do that here right now. With this China seller, I'm going to put a link to the listing in the description box below or in the first comment section, one or the other, because this guy is using one of those fake accounts with zero feedback. We talked about this a couple of months ago, that these China sellers are starting these fake accounts. In some cases, they go right to scamming. In some cases, they leave them dormant for a while and then start listing on them. This is a serious problem with these China sellers, okay? Something's got to be done, all right? I sell in the auto parts category. This lady sells in the Barbie dolls and that type of collectibles category. But no matter what category you sell in, I think you've had a bad experience with these China sellers. So something's got to be done, okay? Everybody in the Facebook groups that I talk to is reacting in a negative way to this influx of scamming, fishy China sellers. Something has to be done, period. End of story. I think that there should be a separate eBay Like there's eBay US, eBay CA. There should be a separate eBay for the China sellers. Now, there are some people that say, well, Joe, how about the fishy China sellers that have warehouses in California, Florida, and New York, and that are keeping their products there? That is a problem. I quite agree with you. And that has to be addressed. It has to be addressed. Because there are too many buyers being scammed by these people, and it's sick and it upsets me. And I'm not going to dwell on it anymore, or I'm going to go into one of my crazed rants, and we don't want that. Okay? I think I've covered enough material today anyway to give you guys some stuff to discuss. So we'll do a brief rehash. Please comment your questions, comments, concerns on any eBay topic, but especially the scamming China sellers would be good. And also, if you want to talk about what we mentioned earlier, whether you want to discuss returns or anything eBay related, you're welcome to do so. Guys, I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. I come out here each week and I make these videos to try and help you be more successful on eBay. If you think I'm doing a good job, please give me a thumbs up. It tells me I'm on the right track and I'm appreciated. If you don't think I did a good job today, put in the comment section what you want me to address next week, and I'll be glad to do it. Remember, I'm a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind. I've solved a lot of problems. I'm still making money online. I've never worn a mask. And heck, I could be a CEO if I wanted to be. World renowned too. Anyway, guys, again, thanks for watching. You know what I want you to do? I want you to do it. Go out there, rock on, make a lot of eBay sales, and peace! Now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the video. And I think before I do so, I will close the video with yet another drink from the Fox News Cup O' Life. Once again, this is the Fox News Cup O' Life. Happy is he who drinks from it. Oh yeah. Ding-a-ling a freaking ling. Ha 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 ha. All right, that's it. 3 words I gotta tell you. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Don't be fishy! Yeah! Oh!